everyone, this is Mr.arorora and we are making Lord Vader's meditation chambers. So, I lost the recording on how to make this room, so I will skim the information I have talked about and shown earlier. So, anyways, without losing any more time, let's continue. So, some parts you can see I already found it from Sketchfab, and you will say, "You hypocrite! You were complaining about the horribility of the models you have found in Sketchfab." Yes, so I modeled this one myself. Also, what I tried to say was, it's not horrible. It might be made in some other form, maybe Maya, maybe older versions of Blender, maybe doesn't matter. So we need to rig this guy, and afterwards I'm going to show you how can I say it? How to apply materials to it. I'm not going to recreate textures or do textures for this episode, not now, but I will show you the basics of how to creating textures in Blender and how to create noise with noise modifier, like random textures from by noise modifier. Just the basics. I'm not really not much knowledgeable about that. So before we rig everything together, let's separate our meditation chambers, doors. I think I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, but I never learned the name of useless stuff. I mean, it's useful, but I don't know its name. Okay, make sure you have two separate files, like collections in Blender layers, so you can easily find and separate what you are trying to rig and animate. Otherwise, it's going to take much more time and much more effort. So, let's get into it. We need to make sure that our parts are separate, so we need to separate these parts into individual pieces. Then we will make sure to apply set origin point to object to geometry after we've done that. Otherwise, rigging will be stupid because it's going to rig it from the origin point and it's not going to move correctly. Anyways, these bottom parts does not going to move in any way, shape or possibility, so they're going to be one cohesion part. Let's rescale and readjust its location. It needs to fit like a puzzle from what I've seen so far. And yes, I did look at the reference images. Yeah, I can even surprise myself sometimes. Okay, we will going to create a rig for the panels and other moving parts for this mesh, because in the end of the day we will animate this and make sure to our throne for our Lord Vader is prepared before he comes to his chambers to meditate. Otherwise, he will execute us. Yeah, Lord Vader isn't good with patience, so let's keep our hands quick and skip forward a little bit. Okay, now we created our first bone. Make sure that you create it properly. The direction of the bone is very important, and its placement as well. Otherwise, your bone will not move correctly while trying to open and close the hatch of this meditation chamber. So make sure of that. So far this bone placement looks good. So after we applied its parent, let's see how it moves. Like beautiful as ever. Now we will replicate that to all 7 more times. So bear with me. While doing that, we will do the same thing for the little hatch as well. Otherwise, it's not going to be cohesions, and we will rig the main up and down part as well. So let's do that by adding a huge singular bone and applying its parents and checking if it moves up, down, and other stuff. We will convert these bones, like the first episode, we like the mech design tutorial series. We make sure that we change the bones into sticks or other stuff in order to be able to see our mesh and bones much clearer, because we don't want any too much visual trash in the screen. Otherwise, it will be much more confusing and harder to control and animate rest of this stuff. So make sure you do those steps. And after we're done, let's see how it looks after in rendered version. So let's see. Okay, let's okay, we rigged most of the stuffs, but let's create a little pipe system for our upper meditation chamber to go into while in visualize mode in order to see it better and in order not to have a huge ring at at, at the top of our screen, I guess. Okay, let's apply its colors. In order to paint different faces, you're going to create separate materials, then select your faces and press apply. And that will apply your different faces, but it only works inside Blender. So if you export it and it doesn't work on any other project, don't be surprised. So let's see how it moves. Like butter. Good. I don't know why I say butter a lot. I don't know. I just it came to my mind too easily. So, okay. Let's go to the pose mode and reset our poses, or only the one pose, the main bone we choose. And let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, before any moving any further, let's create our um, control bones, the ones that our bones going to track. So let's export those and apply bones constraints on them. So we're going to use damp tracks on that, on those bones, and make sure to separate, then split, then clear all parents to the original origins of these bones, because these bones are not going to be connected to the brick at all. They are going to stay outside the mesh and the skeleton in order to control the bones it is made for. I hope I explained it correctly and clearly. And make sure to try to find your constraints in correct mode. The mode I intentionally say pose mode instead of trying to use constraints in edit mode. Sometimes we are too tired or too busy to realize what we're doing. So these kind of stuff happen and will happen. So be lighthearted and be calm while trying to find those. Unlike our Lord and Savior Lord Vader, that guy is too angry for his own good. Somebody needs to get laid or something. My lord, I didn't hear you. I didn't know you were there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God. Let's keep ourselves well behaved if we don't want to get force shock again. Lord Vader is the most powerful of them all. All hail Lord Vader. Okay. After we find the correct pose mode and applied our constraints, we'll be done. So let's skip forward a little bit and make sure to give the smaller flaps the same bone structure as well. And after that, let's see how it looks in the rendered view. So I already put my lights in the room. As you can see, the room looks gorgeous. Not that I made it, because most I didn't. Anyways, as you can see, our bones and constraints working perfectly, but our light does not move with the main bone. So let's connect it to our bone so that when we move our meditation chamber, the light source move with it, because otherwise it's going to be much more steps to follow along the way. So yeah, as you can see, yes, our upper chamber moves perfectly. It even moves in other axes as well. See? Oh no. It's smelling something. It's trying to find something. Oh no, it found us. Oh god, Lord Vader, save us. Anyways, enough goofing around. As you can see, our room is almost ready. And let's see it without any visual clutter. And yeah, it is looking alright. But we are missing something. We are missing something very important. Where will Lord Vader sit? He needs a throne, or a chair, or anything in sort. So I'm going to model it. Don't worry, I have a reference in the other screen that you will never see. Haha! Now, let's resize our cube. Oops. Wrong axis. Yes, correct axis. Extrude. Let's not extrude from here. Okay, this is going to be the back side of the throne so that Lord Vader can relax and put his back to. And we need arm guards as well. And our front part where Lord Vader is going to sit needs to have a place to sit. So, yeah. Okay. You know what? Before I move any further, ADHD in me is very strong. I'm sure of it. Where's the tools? Where's the tools? Oh, press C and reveal your tools. Yeah. Okay, before we move any further, I will delete the other half of this model and only work on one side. And I'm going to mirror the other side because I'm a smartass. I'm joking. This is the fastest way to do it. So let's do it like that without verbally abusing ourselves. Okay, let's apply our mirror modifier. Okay, let's not apply it right now. Let's continue modeling our front. Oh, also make sure that this throne is uncomfortable and unmoving as possible because Lord Vader doesn't like anything comfortable. I don't know why. Lord Vader is very confusing to me, and I'm not. I have stopped trying to understand Lord Vader. It's not my duty to understand him. It's only my duty to is provide for him, or he'll take my life as well. Anyways, let's extrude. Yeah, pretty much this is it. We don't really need a high poly model for this. Make sure to delete the insides and bring them together at the and fix the seams. All right. So let's adjust it for our scene. Okay, so let's bring it back a little bit so that Lord Vader has room to sit inside and meditate. Also, let's resize it a little and make sure to fix the middle. All right, this is looking all right. Okay, now let's fix the middle side and also, you know what, I'm gonna make sure that this throne is connected to the ground, so let's bring these vertices down. Yeah, it will look much better now. Yeah, it's better. Also, my render view is been set to the Eve render mode because I don't really need to see high quality render version right now. Okay, let's create our from material, and now we will create noise texture. We will get our nodes, then we will combine them together. So let's get our nodes first. Shift A to search, open the search bar and get your other nodes. Let's get our texture coordinates. Connect our UV port to vector, but before that we need to get the mapping, get the vector part, and we need this scale, so we need the value node as well. All right. After we done those, let's connect it and let's see how it looks. It will look wrong because we didn't do it correctly. Not yet. There are a few more steps. We will need a color ramp. I mean, we can try to find and use other modes, but the color ramp is the best way to do that. As you can see, it looks rich and uneven. So, in order to fix those, we need to UV wrap our phone. Otherwise, our phone will look goofy and wrong. Really, really wrong. And there's no other way to fix this. Not that I'm aware of, so let's mark our seam lines and let's go to the UV editing mode because we cannot find the thing we want here. So our faces are selected and we will go to the UV section here, right top section, and we will unwrap our model. There are other unwrapping tools as well, the smart unwrapping way, but I'm not going to use that because I already cut my mesh, so yeah, it looks good now. Okay, let's adjust our colors, and I'm going to use random noise modifier to adjust give it a texture in order to not create a complicated texture. This is one of the easiest way to, give some unique texture to models you already made. It's not the best way unless you're using other modifiers and other stuff. You can turn it into something really good and awesome. But I'm just going to use some stuffs because I don't really need a really good quality model because, oh yeah, I connected to the wrong nodes, so that is it. So this is how you made a chair. So I don't really need a high quality textured throne because the throne is not going to be really seen. So I need to make sure of that. At least we are giving enough emphasis on the throne to make sure it looks good. Other than that, the throne is just a fill in the background to just to fill the background. So yeah, that's the purpose of the throne. Okay. Other than that, let me show you how I textured the other parts I imported from Sketchpad. And other than that, we will be done for today. So, okay, we have our scene, and worry not, everything is still here. So, I will import my model first. So let's import our FBX model. Make sure that we imported it correctly. Yes. So as you can see, we already have a pre-made model from Sketchfab, and thank to the artist who made it. But while we import our textures and other stuff from any software or from any link that we downloaded, sometimes mesh and textures will not import correctly. So you will need to go in manually and reapply those textures as well. So I used some parts of it. Oh, I forgot to use this pipe. Okay, let's use it together. Fill in the gaps, as you can see. These are pre-made and textured models, so yeah, it's not hard to model this stuff, but it takes time and patience, so which I don't have both at the moment, so I'm just going to use pre-made stuff. And it's really easy to model these. It's just a hassle to do those. It takes time, and if you have free models in your hand to use, why not use it? And make sure that those are loyalty free, or you're going to deal with those issues as well. Okay, let's move these parts before we unravel our original mesh. Let's bring these forward and resize them for our scene. Okay, almost. Let's move these to the side. We don't need these parts. Let's delete them. Yeah, let's just leave some panels. Okay, so we need to find the texture, and we can import it like this as well. We can create texture node, image to texture nodes, or we can just click and drop it in shader here, just like this, and we will join those. Let me find the correct ones and join them. All right, so in order to create our pole, we will need to correctly join everything into their correct places. So this is it, just that. We need to connect the base color, roughness, normal map, and metallics. And if the texture has emissions, you can connect those and other stuff as well. So the better way to connect normal maps is it um, differs from model to model because some models have highly baked textures into just textures, 2D textures, and you can use those as low poly covers, but for now, this will be it. Well, the difference we have when we connect the normal map, because it's not in the render scene, and the normal maps will mostly matter in the rendering section. Otherwise, it will look off, but don't worry, it's natural. And if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments down below. Other than that, I think, yeah, this is it. Okay, let's place our pole into its place. And the best way to do that in order to not apply or make sure that you placed it correctly is turning on your magnet tool after you correctly adjust it and selecting face project. Not face, but face project. It will snap to the closest face of your project, like this. And you can easily move it along the face, but only along the face. But if you try to move it in other way, it will ruin the model. So be careful of that. And let's place our poles. And let's fill in these gaps as well while at it. Other than that, this is it for our today's episode. So thank you all for joining me for in this creation journey. And I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, stay awesome, and stay safe. Bye.